Zhang Linghe and Tian Xiwei appeared to be having a casual conversation, but their gazes and body language conveyed something much deeper. In a matter of seconds, the atmosphere shifted. It wasn't just about being co-workers. There was something that made everyone watching silently ask, was this just acting, or was it an unspoken truth? From the moment their project was announced, fans had high expectations. But what happened off-screen far exceeded any script. Their chemistry wasn't just palpable, it was alive, pulsating, and hard to ignore. Even before their drama aired, behind-the-scenes footage had begun circulating widely. What made the situation even more intriguing was how the production staff began dropping small hints. Not direct statements, but enough to pique curiosity. They mentioned that Zhang Linghe often showed extra care, little things that weren't written into the script. One moment became a big topic of conversation. When Tian Xiwei looked a little tired during a break in filming, Zhang Linghe quietly approached and made sure everything was okay. It wasn't dramatic, it wasn't overdone. That's exactly what made it feel so real. The staff even mentioned that the protectiveness wasn't something they were putting on for the cameras. It happened naturally, even when the cameras weren't rolling. And that's where the line between professionalism and personal feelings began to blur. Interestingly, Tian Xiwei also didn't seem as distant as usual with his co-star. He seemed comfortable, often laughing freely around Zhang Linghe. Their interactions felt light, yet meaningful. In the entertainment world, chemistry can be built, but intimacy that feels spontaneous? That's hard to fake. And that's what led fans to start formulating theories. Several clips show Zhang Linghe reflexively adjusting his position to keep Tian Xiwei comfortable in the frame. Small things like this might go unnoticed by many, but not to observant fans. There were also moments when they shared a laugh that seemed too genuine to be an act. It was as if they forgot they were on a work set. Fans on social media began to speculate, not just because of their harmonious visuals, but because of the organic dynamic. Some even said that Zhang Linghe looked at Tian Xiwei differently than his other co-stars. He was gentler, warmer, more personal. But of course, there's no official confirmation. And that's precisely what makes it all the more intriguing. Mysteries are often more captivating than answers. On the other hand, some argue that this is simply a result of their dedication as professional actors. That they're so immersed in their roles that the line between their characters and themselves becomes blurred. But if that's true, why does this interaction remain consistent even outside of scenes? Why do the staff members sense something different? Their presence together seems to create a unique energy on set. Many say the atmosphere becomes more lively when the two are in the same frame. Many also hope that this relationship will develop into something real. For them, the pairing feels right in a way that's hard to explain. But behind all the speculation, one thing is certain. Zhang Linghe and Tian Xiwei have managed to create a strong connection, both on screen and in the hearts of fans. Is this the beginning of a real love story? Or just a beautiful coincidence that happened behind the scenes? The answer may not be known yet. But one thing is clear, their every look, every smile, and every small interaction will continue to be analyzed, talked about, and remembered. Because sometimes, the most interesting stories aren't the ones written in the script, but the ones that happen quietly between scenes. And the longer the public's attention is on them, the more small details begin to emerge. A crew member once accidentally revealed that Zhang Linghe often stayed on set even after her part was over, just to make sure Tian Xiwei wasn't alone during night shoots. It may seem like a simple habit, but in the fast-paced, tightly scheduled industry, such actions are not common. Many actors choose to take breaks or return to their trailers, but not Zhang Linghe. She seemed to have her own reasons for staying. On the other hand, Tian Xiwei also displayed a quite striking change in attitude. He, usually known for his cheerful and professional demeanor, seemed more relaxed and open around Zhang Linghe. Some staff even mentioned that he smiled more often for no apparent reason. Another equally interesting moment occurred when they had to film an emotional scene. Instead of appearing tense, the two seemed to support each other in a very natural way, like two people who understood each other without needing many words. This led many to wonder, was this closeness formed because of the time they spent together during production, Or was there something that had been developing since they first met? Speculation intensified when some fans noticed a pattern in their off-camera interactions. From the way they walked side by side to the way they subconsciously mirrored each other's movements, everything seemed too synchronized to be mere coincidence. This phenomenon even caught the attention of entertainment media outlets, which began to examine their relationship from various angles. Interestingly, however, both Zhang Linghe and Tian Xiwei remained silent, seemingly leaving the public to speculate without providing clarification. Their silence only served to fuel the growing rumors. Because in the world of celebrity, sometimes saying nothing speaks the loudest. Ultimately, whether this relationship was real or just an illusion formed by their incredible chemistry, perhaps only the two of them will know. But one thing is undeniable. Their story has captured so many hearts, keeping everyone waiting, hoping, and wondering about what really happened behind the scenes. Over time, public attention was no longer solely focused on the projects they starred in, but also on every little gesture captured on camera. Even brief moments, like a glance at each other before a scene began, became the subject of lengthy discussions among fans. Some began to notice that their closeness never felt forced. There was no overt attempt to appear intimate, but that was precisely what made everything feel more genuine. The silences between them often spoke more volumes than their on-screen dialogue. There were also stories from the crew that Zhang Linghe once subtly diverted attention when Tian Xiwei seemed uncomfortable in a particular situation. Without drawing attention, without making it a highlight, just a small act that showed deep concern. These kinds of things are rarely seen directly by the public, but when they begin to unfold, they form a picture that's hard to ignore. A picture of two people whose connection may be more than just work. Tian Xiwei herself seems to grow more confident in every scene involving Zhang Linghe. It's as if his presence gives her an invisible, yet palpable sense of security. The energy between them becomes more stable, warmer. In interviews, while they maintain a professional demeanor, there are subtle moments where their expressions change at the mention of each other's names. A smile that lingers a little longer, a tone of voice that softens, small details that don't go unnoticed. Fans begin to piece together their own narratives, piecing together bits and pieces of the moment into a story that feels real. And while not everything can be proven, the feelings that arise from their interactions are hard to deny. Interestingly, the more people try to find definitive answers, the more the line between fact and assumption becomes blurred. But perhaps that's the allure, the uncertainty that keeps everyone engaged. And in the end, whether this was just a brief behind-the-scenes story or the beginning of something bigger, Zhang Linghe and Tian Xiwei had created something rare, a connection that could be felt even by those watching from a distance.